Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Brittany Bear Makeup here. For those of you who are new, get it together guys. It is Brittany Bear here, about to give you a review with the new Morphe x James Charles palette. I know there's probably like 20 million reviews going on right now, but none of them are this, okay? Because I'm going to give you the honest review if this palette is gonna be worth your money. So make sure you guys turn on your post notifications so you guys can be a part of my Bear family. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and as always guys, I need you to subscribe to my channel, okay? So go hit that subscribe button and keep on watching as I show you guys how to get the look.
You are now rocking with
Brittany, bitch.
Alrighty Bear fam, so today's review, we are going to be reviewing the Morphe x James Charles collaboration. I have it right here in my hands. You guys could see it looks super sleek, super fun, fierce. We are going to be creating an eyeshadow look with it. I'm going to tell you guys what I think about the formula, the pricing. So let's go ahead and just dive right into this eyeshadow palette. So you guys may know already that he also launched a set of brushes on top of this eyeshadow palette. So I'm going to be using a couple of the brushes today to create an eyeshadow look for you guys. His brush set will retail for, I have it over here, it's gonna be 34 brushes for $149. So I already went ahead and primed my eyelids with some concealer. I'm gonna go into his beautiful James Charles palette. Just looking at it though, I really like the aesthetic of it. I think that they did a really cool job, kept it very simple and very sleek. So diving into this palette, there's so many options. There's so many eyeshadows in this, I don't even know where to start. I feel like if I was feeling neutral one day, I'd have options. If I'm feeling colorful, I have options. So basically I have options. I am going to create like a rainbow type effect on my eyes today because he said to unleash your inner artist, and I'm gonna do that today. I wanna be creative. So I think the first color that I'm gonna choose, I'm gonna go into this light blue shade right here. I'm gonna start off by using his Morphe M456 brush, and I'm gonna place this shadow right in the corner of my eye. Let's see this pigment. Pretty pigmented, okay. So I'm definitely not gonna lie guys, I just tapped it in just a little bit and this is the pigmentation I got from it. Very impressed right off the bat. I think that is a really good pigment. I'm not seeing too much fallout, so that's really good. So I'm gonna take one of his brushes once again. This is a Morphe M441 brush, and I'm actually just going to buff that shadow in. There's nothing on this brush, just kind of blend it in to give like that seamless blend. So far it's doing a really good job. I feel like the pigmentation is there. It's blending. I'm lacking it, I'm lacking it, and I'm lacking it. So I'm actually gonna go into another blue shade right here. So it's like this blue cola shade, and I'm taking that same brush that I used. Once again, it's the Morphe M456 brush, and I'm going to place this color right in the center of the eye. Definitely really pigmented, guys. Ooh, I love that. Ooh, girl, I'm looking fierce. I'm looking fly, my inner artist is coming out. So I am packing this on and I am loving this pigment. I feel like they really did a good job with this. I am noticing a little bit of fallout, so that is something to take note on. I always recommend guys, if you are gonna work on eyeshadow and you're gonna do something crazy, just do your eyeshadow prior to your foundation. You can never go wrong if you do that, so listen to my advice. So once again, I'm going back into the clean brush and I'm gonna kind of morph those colors together and just kind of create a very seamless flow. So I did notice when I'm blending out this shade, it did get a little bit lighter, so I'm just gonna darken it up one more time with that brush. But so far guys, I'm super impressed. So let's go ahead and talk about the price of this palette while I'm blending this. So this palette is gonna retail for a total of $39, which in my opinion definitely is a little bit more pricey than the other palettes from Morphe. Typically you're used to seeing like $15 palettes, and this definitely is pricey. Do I think it's worth it? Absolutely, because you're getting so many eyeshadows, and he also included big pan eyeshadows that you would typically use more often, like neutral shades. So I definitely think it's gonna be worth your money with the amount of colors that you're getting. Now the next shade that I'm gonna go into is I'm gonna try this pretty purple shade over here. I'm gonna take that same brush once again because I don't mind blending it, and then I'm gonna place the purple on the corner of my eye. So this one definitely had a lot of fallout. So the purple one it's having fallout, guys. That is something to take note on, but nothing I can't clean up after I go ahead and finish the look. I want to take this really pretty like icy blue teal shade right here, and I'm going to take another one of his brushes. This is a Morphe 431 brush, and I'm going to put this right into the corner of my eye to give it like that pop of color. So pretty. So this is one of his more like metallic-y type shades, and as you guys can see, this isn't a wet brush, so it did show a lot of pigment, and that's really good in an eyeshadow. So now that you guys can see the amount of fallout underneath my eye, what is my opinion for that? I have used some eyeshadow palettes that give me a lot of fallout, and I've used eyeshadow palettes that don't give me any at all. For me, like I say, because I start with my eyeshadow first, it does not bother me because all I have to do is take a makeup wipe and kind of just wipe it off. But if you're someone who just loves to do your foundation first and you're passionate about that and you don't want to change that, then this definitely is a problem, and it's something to take note on for this palette. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the bottom part, and as you can see, it's just very simple. Wipes off, no problems whatsoever. So as you guys can see, everything blended out very nicely. I'm very impressed with how pigmented these shadows were. So I'm not done yet, guys. I wanted to play around with a couple of the colors, so I'm gonna do a different color scheme on the other side, kind of creating like a smoky-ish effect. So what I'm thinking for this side is that I'm gonna go ahead and use this yellow shade, and I'm gonna be placing this shade right in the corner of my eye. By the way, guys, this eyeshadow look is inspired by this tutorial that I was watching earlier, and her name is Janelle Reyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I give credit to her because I saw how pretty her eyeshadow looked, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna recreate it. I'm gonna try it in my version. So wanted to shout her out real quick. So the pigment of the yellow definitely is there. I always feel like yellows are really hard to get correct. They either come out super like crusty and they just don't look correct, or there's a lot of fallout. So I feel like this one has fallout, but it's also giving me pigmentation, so I'm not as worried. So the next shade that I'm going to try is going to be this orange right here. And I'm gonna go back into that same Morphe brush. So I'm placing this in the center of the eye. And it's definitely very neon, like very pastel. I would have to say that the blues and the purples were a little bit more pigmented than these ones. These are pigmented, but I do see little patches on my eye that are kind of like I need to pack more color on. So that definitely is something to take note on. Then I'm gonna go back in with that same blender brush, and I'm just gonna kind of morph those in together. Okay, so it's not bad, but I do have to say, guys, one more time, not really a fan of that orange shade. I feel like it's definitely kind of patchy and it's not really doing the job that I expected it to do. But that's okay because the other ones have performed fairly well, so I'm not gonna judge just yet. We're gonna go into this red shade right here, and this red shade is called You're Kidding. And I'm going to smoke that red on the corner of my eye. Looks like some ketchup and mustard action over here. Then I'm gonna take that brush and I'm gonna blend it out. See how well it blends? It's actually blending fairly well. I have to say though, I really am a fan of the brushes that he came out with. They remind me so much of the MAC brushes, which were one of the first brushes I've ever tried. And I feel like no matter what, MAC brushes are such great quality brushes. So I think he did a really good job creating these. So I went ahead and finished off this side of the eyeshadow, and I kind of wanted to just talk to you guys a little bit about my thoughts. Let me quickly clean up the fallout. As you guys can see, same amount of fallout as on the other side. There definitely is fallout from the shadow. But even though there's fallout, guys, all you gotta do is take that makeup wipe and just swoop it away. Quick last thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to go back in that palette and I wanted to grab one of those pretty little pops of color for the corner of my eye, just like I did on the other side. So let's go into the shade. This is called Ring Light, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pop that in the corner just to kind of give it that same effect. So the pigment definitely is there. It looks really pretty and bright. Alrighty, Bear Fam, so I went off camera to finish off my eyeshadow look, and as you guys can see, it obviously looked a little crazy and a little different than what we're used to. But I wanted to show you guys the diversity of this palette. I didn't want to just try one color and be like, oh my god, it's amazing, you have to go buy it. I want to try multiple colors and kind of give you my opinion. So as you guys can see, the blue eye right here, it performed great. I actually was shocked because typically with blues and purples, I tend to get the least amount of like pigmentation, and for some reason, this was actually the more pigmented side. This side, I did have a little bit of trouble with the pigment. I feel like it was very pigmented. It did blend out, but it was a little bit patchy. So I did have to go on and pack a couple layers of eyeshadow. Overall though, both of them turned out great, and I'm so happy with how they look. Very, very pleased with this palette. So as you guys remember, this palette once again will retail for $39. You guys can go ahead and use the code BrittanyBear at checkout and get yourself an additional 10% off your purchase. So I wanted to show you guys real lifetime swatches. I'm just gonna dip my finger in there once and then I'm gonna show it to you. I don't want this to be like fabricated and I don't want to swatch it like 20 times. I want you guys to get the honest understanding of this. Alright guys, so the final question is this palette verified? Yes, this palette is verified. I think this is a great palette if you are someone who is in the makeup business and you need a go-to palette. You need to have something in access at all times that you can go to and just find any color that you want. So with that being said, guys, I want to congratulate James Charles and Morphe for coming out with such a beautiful collaboration. Honestly, I have to say that his whole visuals and everything he did was so genius and beautiful, and it was greatly executed. So that concludes today's tutorial. I hope you guys like this review. I hope you guys learned something from it. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and as always, guys, hit that subscribe button, and I will see all of my bear family in the next video. Bye, guys.